Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Retro Gear Customs. So what I do is I build Game Gears primarily. I have fun doing it. I do lots of painting. I think that's probably what I'm better known for, is painting and stuff like that over consoles. But just wanted to show you a bit of fun I had with this console. That was, I do buy a lot in, but this one is absolutely disgusting. No idea how these things get in this state. It was probably picked up from a skip somewhere. This video isn't a directional, I suppose, video. This isn't showing you how to do stuff. It's just showing you what I did. You could pick up some tips maybe, but I just wanted to show what I could do with a Game Gear. Covered it in IPA, gave it a quick clean. Cleaning that all off. Now use the heat gun. Got it set to about 330 degrees Celsius. Yeah, using some tweezers, grab it off. Just pop it to one side. Give it a good clean as well. Get rid of this crap. The rest of that's going in the bin. Now for the nice new clean surfboard by Mathis. Again, so all I did here was just put some flux. The reason why I put it all around here, I just feel like it helps it flow. It helps the solder flow when you're putting it on there. But also it helps keep this chip in place. So when you pop it on there, it's not sliding about everywhere because it's plastic on plastic. It's got something there to give it a bit of friction. Just pulling off some of the hairs there from cleaning it up with this cotton swab. So I've zoomed in here a little bit during editing, so it's not the clearest of pictures. I might do something in the future where I do show this a bit closer up, maybe with a proper camera. This is just using the iPhone, and I just kept it one level, the whole thing. This whole process took me about an hour. So just getting the chip from one board to the other, then populating this board, took about an hour. Now, I don't have loads of fancy tools. I do have some fancy tools. They're cheap ones, mainly from AliExpress, Amazon. But my desk is small, so it took an hour, bearing in mind that I have to put stuff away, get the next piece of equipment out, put stuff away, get the next piece of equipment out. It's not an issue, I enjoy it. So now all I'm doing is just soldering one pin on one corner where I think it's about straight with, lined up with all the other pins. Then just solder a pin on the opposite corner, and then go back to the previous corner. You'll see me do it in a sec, and that's just to try and line everything up. And if it's not done that time, I would go back and I would keep doing it, but I got it on what looked like 3 attempts. You see there, just, yeah, dislodges and slides a little bit. Quickly check it over, look at all the sides. Now some people who are clever might use a microscope. I do this by eye. Again, probably not the best way to do it. These pins are very small and they've got not a lot of room. or leeway. So if you make a mistake, it's going to bridge to the next pin if it's not lined up almost perfectly. So now just settle in a few of the other pins, and then start some drag soldering. Now I don't put loads of solder on the iron or on there. You'll see that I only put a minimal amount on there. I don't believe in putting too much on there and then having to take loads of excess off. So you can see once you've done that, it's really easy just to take the last bit of solder off. You don't have to faff about. No one likes faffing. Stressful. So just speeding up here. So I just did the same, but it's drag soldering for all sides. I think I had to put a bit more flux down at one point. So the soldering iron just kind of gets rid of it. So you can see my iron here, I've got set to about 340. I have it on that most of the time when I'm working on the SIF boards or SYF boards. They can take a lot of heat and a lot of punishment. I've been known to put some of these on. I have to take them off, put them on again, take them off. So it does take a lot of abuse. Really, really good quality, sturdy. Just if you are taking these chips off and put them on and taking them off, just be wary of what's around it. Just clean it each time. So you can see it came out pretty well. Yes, there's some cotton swab fibres on there, but I do clean up later. So it's another part of the setup. So I've had to get the desoldering gun out. I've got the board clamp here, and yeah, just desoldering now the cartridge, going through every single pin. I do put a bit of flux on here as well. I just think it helps with the cheap soldering gun at getting the solder up. And I always do it at this angle because gravity. So if you're trying to put it down at a 90 degrees angle, the gun's going to really struggle to suck that up. Whereas if you've got it at an angle like this, it's going to flow down. I mean, I wouldn't suggest sitting underneath it. It's probably the worst way to do it, but on its side seems to work really well for me. Okay, so once you've got those pins done, these little sort of rivet things that go into the sides. Now, I'm not cutting these around. What I'm doing is I'm pincing them in so they go inside of the hole. You can see here, so just squeeze both sides and then kind of just push it through a little bit to make sure it does go through. Yeah. This isn't the same board, by the way, that I got the chip off. Obviously, this is a 2-chip. The other one, I wouldn't want to use any other components off of it, so I'll just use another donor board just to get the cartridge slot. And if I do run out of cartridge slots, there's always the ones from Retro 6 which you can buy, so they are replaceable. So I'm just adding another little bit of flux. Again, just helps get the solder through those through holes when you've got the pins through. I don't think you really need it, but it looks clean when you've done it. So again, I had to go and get the iron because I'd finished with the desoldering gun, which by the way takes about an hour to cool down. Those things stay hot for a long time. These little solder pins, they cool down very, very quick. Okay, so just popping them in, line up all the pins. If you're taking this out nicely from the previous board, those pins are nice and straight. Makes it really easy to get into the new board. Obviously it's going to be easier to solder this from the underside, but soldering looking up is always difficult. So what you're seeing here is a couple of pins just soldering from the top. So when you turn it over, it stays there. No, I think it was just slightly misaligned, so I just one side just wanted to make sure it's tacked down properly. So then when you turn it over, and again I'm doing it aside, I am sat down on a chair, I'm not standing over my desk. Last time I stood over my desk and was trying to record, my head just got in the way all the time. So I'm sitting on a chair now, so I'm working sideways. Yeah, I'm speeding this up, obviously I can't solder that quick. But just get a good amount of solder into each pin and join, and always clean your iron. Just make those heads, they last so long when you do that. Cool. So I just went and got all the other parts for the board, so I'm not going to bore you with soldering each piece in, so I'll speed this up. But yeah, when you buy a scythe board, you send you all of the components you need, other than the cartridge slot and the ASIC. Everything else will be new here. So yeah, quick time lapse. Oh, and also the 2-player port. So I did desolder that earlier, but I haven't soldered it on. And the reason for that is because I don't know whether I'd make this a HDMI out board. So because this is prepped for potentially an order that I haven't got yet, I'll leave that off, and if someone wants a HDMI kit and they message me and say, can I have HDMI, I'll put the HDMI in there. So yeah, everything's in there, just giving it a quick clean, some isopropyl. That's not a deep clean at the moment, I just clean it up so I can see the joins. So you can see here, once you've cleaned it and you've got rid of some of that flux, you can see if you need a bit more solder on some of those joints. So there are a couple of spots there that did. And yeah, so again, these scythe boards, they're so modular. They're so good, you just plug bits in. So once everything's done, if there are any other upgrades, new screens, etc., you can just plug them all in. But yeah, works first time. Contrast wheels there. Acts as the brightness. Yeah, happy with that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.